Okay, moms, I get it. You don't want your kids eating processed foods, but you are also busy and you need things to be easy and fast. So in today's video, I wanted to share with you 5 of our family favorites for homemade snacks made with wholesome ingredients. These are snacks that are gonna be more nutrient dense, and so you as a mom can just feel better about throwing these things in their school lunches, in their backpacks, giving them snacks after school. You can just feel a little better about it because you know what you've put in it, and it's gonna have more protein, more healthy fats, and more nutrients, and none of the artificial stuff. So let's get started. So in preparation for today's video, I went ahead and ordered a box of pantry staples from Thrive Market, who are the sponsors of this video. Thrive Market, if you're not aware, is an online grocery store for healthier groceries. Now, you guys know that I love Costco, I love Aldi. I also love to save money on groceries. So Thrive Market is great because there are a lot of items that I buy that I cannot find at Aldi, I cannot find at Costco. These are healthier specialty items. Thrive Market has all of that stuff. So Thrive actually does a lot of the heavy lifting for you because they have banned a lot of ingredients like artificial flavors, sweeteners, and dyes. So I can feel good when I'm shopping that I know the brands that they are offering have already been vetted and checked out. And I like to use Thrive for a lot of pantry staples and items that are just hard to find. So for today, since we're doing a snack prep day, I got a lot of things. We got some oats, cocoa powder, honey, pitted organic dates, rice cereal, which we're gonna use today in our granola bars, baking soda. I got a lot of spices. They're all organic. I think if you buy organic spices, your food's gonna taste a lot better. I stocked up on pasta because my husband only eats gluten-free pasta, which limits me when I wanna cook pasta meals. And so Jovial is my favorite brand for gluten-free pasta. It just tastes the best. So it's normally really expensive in the store. I don't buy it often, but Thrive had a great deal on this, so I actually stocked up. So Thrive Market is a little bit like Costco in that they have an annual membership. You can also do a monthly membership. It does pay for itself if you are using it, and they offer free shipping on orders over $49, so you don't have to worry about shipping or added fees. I'm really excited about this collaboration, and Thrive Market has offered a discount to my viewers. You can go to thrivemarket.com/Christine's Notebook, and you will receive 30% off your first order and a free gift worth up to $60. So click the link in the description to check out Thrive Market today, and let's get on with making some snacks. We are starting off with Fudgy snack bars. Into the food processor, you're gonna add a cup of pecans, a cup of walnuts, a half cup of cocoa powder, a cup and a half of pitted medjool dates, and then you're gonna do a pinch of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla, and then you're gonna process that. Sometimes it helps to process this in steps by giving the nuts a quick process and then adding the dates and so forth. You know you're almost done when it starts to look like a dough, but you want to be careful not to over process this as well because it can start to release the oils from the nuts. Near the end, you're just going to add a small handful of chocolate chips and just pulse that to get those chopped up and incorporated. You're gonna end up with this fudgy dough, and you're just gonna scoop it into a parchment-lined loaf pan, and then you're gonna press it down. We're gonna put this in the freezer, and later we can slice it up into little squares. I actually keep those in the freezer because I think they taste best coming directly from the freezer, but this is a great little treat, and it's full of healthy fats, so it keeps your kids full and satisfied. Moving on to some Seedy granola bars. I'm just gonna pull out all the ingredients here. Set a medium or large pot to medium heat and add 1/4 cup of butter, 1/4 cup of honey, and 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Mix that together well until it melts and starts to bubble up. You want this to thicken into a syrupy situation. Once that is accomplished, you're going to turn off the heat and add in a tablespoon of almond butter. Mix that well, and then you're going to add in a teaspoon of cinnamon and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. When you add the vanilla, it starts to bubble again, which I think is so cool. So you're gonna add a pinch of salt now and 1½ cups of oats. Give that a little stir before we add in the next ingredients. Then you're gonna add 2 cups of rice cereal. After that, you're gonna add in 1/4 cup of mix-ins. So that is 4 tablespoons of seeds of your choice. So I like to do pumpkin seeds and flax seeds. You can also add in sunflower seeds, just anything you would like that adds a bit of crunch and nutrition to these granola bars. You're gonna line a loaf pan with parchment paper. I'm using a larger 12-inch loaf pan here, which I've linked in the description, but you can also use smaller loaf pans if that's all you have. You could try using 2 of them, but I like the size of these granola bars. So you're gonna put it all in there and you're gonna top it with some chocolate chips. Mini chocolate chips is best if you have those, and then press it down. And then we're gonna stick it in the refrigerator and let it harden up, and later on we'll cut it into slices. After cutting them, I also like to store these in the refrigerator so that they are nice and crunchy, but they are so good and I know you'll love them. This next one is very simple and underrated in my opinion, and that is just popcorn. We're gonna cook it on the stove top in this whirly pop thing. My mom got this for me many years ago. I had no idea that I would use it as much as I do, but if this thing were to break or go missing, I would definitely go out and get another one. This little thing of kernels will last you such a long time. You only need a little bit to make a big bowl of popcorn, and you can season it up however you want. It's just great because you can replace potato chips. Like if your kids are wanting something salty and crunchy, make a pot of popcorn, throw it on the table when they get home from school, and just let them have at it. All right, so this is gonna be fast. You just add a tablespoon of coconut oil to the pan and turn the heat on high. Add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt just to add a little bit of flavor. And then into the hot pan, you're gonna add a 1/2 cup of popping corn kernels. And then you're gonna start turning the crank on this pan. This is gonna help the corn kernels to heat up at the same time, and so that they all start popping at the same time. And then as you turn the crank, it also helps keep the popped popcorn from burning. So this moves really quick. You wanna have your bowl right next to you, and then you just dump it out into the bowl. You can season this either sweet or savory, and I usually like to add a little bit of nutritional yeast because it adds some nutrition and also a bit of cheesy flavor. This next one is from the Minimalist Baker, and they are no-bake peanut butter energy bites. I love this one because you can whip it together so fast. I've definitely made this on mornings when I realized I had nothing in the pantry and needed to pack lunches for the kids. So into a bowl, you're gonna put a 1/2 cup of creamy peanut butter, 1/4 cup of maple syrup, 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, 2½ teaspoons of ground flaxseed, and then you're gonna add 2 tablespoons of a clean protein powder. I really like Clean Simple Eats, and I'm using their cake batter protein powder. Mix that all up really well, and then you're gonna add 1¼ cup of oats. Mix that up really well, and then use a scoop to portion these out into little bite-sized balls. All right, moving on to the last snack of the day. We're making carrot applesauce muffins. This is a tried and true recipe in our family. We love it. We make it time and time again. So I'm gonna make it today with you. And this is a whole wheat muffin recipe. So I'm gonna go ahead and grind my own wheat berries and use that flour. So let's get started. This recipe comes from the blog 100 Days of Real Food. In a bowl, you're gonna add a half cup of softened butter, a half cup of honey, and an egg, and you're gonna whisk that up really well. You can also do this in a stand mixer with the whisk attachment. That would actually probably be easier. Then you're gonna add a teaspoon of baking soda, a half teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of vanilla, a teaspoon of cinnamon, a half teaspoon of ginger, and then mix that up really well. I have my freshly ground flour in a bowl here, and I'm gonna add a cup and a half of flour. This is whole wheat flour. I used hard red wheat berries and kamut. You can use whatever whole wheat flour you would like. And now we're gonna add a cup of applesauce, if I can open this container. Okay, we are back in action. So add a cup of applesauce and just gently fold it into the batter. And then probably the most annoying part of this recipe is you have to shred a whole carrot. I don't love doing this. I just don't like dealing with shreds of carrots and you know, getting my grater dirty, but it's just such a good recipe. We love the flavor of this, so it's worth it if you can just overcome the hurdle of shredding a carrot. So you're just gonna fold it in nicely and then butter a muffin pan. This is one of those silicone muffin trays, so it easily pops out. I can link that in the description below. I'm using a 1/3 cup to scoop out the muffins. I didn't end up having enough to fill the whole tray, so if you use a 1/4 cup or a little less, you may be able to fill the whole tray. You're gonna bake these at 350 for about 20 to 25 minutes. While that is baking, I'm going to tidy up a little bit. I'm just transferring some of these bags of spices into these spice jars that I like to use. I have them labeled and I just buy these smaller mason jars and some lids. I can link all of that below, but I like having spices like this easily accessible. I can just reach my measuring spoon into the jar and quickly add to my recipes. They're so filling it, they should probably be cut this way.
But I would like them.
These are the Fudgy snack bars that I am portioning out right now, and I'm going to transfer them to a Tupperware so we can store them in the freezer and just grab them when we want one. Now that the granola bars have spent some time in the fridge, they have hardened up nicely and I can slice them into individual bars. And then I usually just store them in the Pullman loaf pan and keep them in the fridge. I think they taste best when they're cold. They're nice and crunchy. I hope you enjoyed spending this time with me on a snack prep day as I try to figure out what in the world I'm gonna put in my kids' lunch boxes this week. I hope this gives you some ideas and inspiration. I know that I can get in a rut sometimes when it comes to having food prepared, but our house just functions so much better when we are stocked up and ready for the week. And I love hearing from you guys, so I just want to thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me as I get to work in my kitchen. All right, so snack prep is done. I have chocolate fudgy snack bars. We have peanut butter protein bites. We have carrot applesauce muffins. We have Seedy granola bars and popcorn. I'm gonna go ahead and start putting this stuff away now. I've included a link in the description where I've posted a full recap on my blog with some recipes and details for you. And I've also included links for some of the items that I used in this video. Also, don't forget to check out the Thrive Market offer in the description. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me on this snack prep day. And now I have some dishes to do.
Wait, you're doing the dishes?
Yes.
Good. Okay, I'll just let you do these. Bye.